So down here on our right, we can see the beach at Hanakapiai. Again, 2 miles from KA, this flat point here, along the trail to the beach at Hanakapiai. Inland, would you mind pulling your mask up for me, please? Ma'am? Thank you. Alright, so this brings us to the end of the Napali coast and the beginning of the North Shore where people reside. So there we're at KA Beach, and just on the other side of this last ridgeline is Lihue Valley. Lihue Valley is home to the Lihue Gardens. The gardens actually make up the entirety of the valley, but it is available for tours. Home to a wide variety of native and endemic plant species. They've got a wide variety of really rare and endangered species as well. Amazing facility and a really beautiful valley. Well worth the trip up here. Now, just as the coastline dips in up ahead of us, that is Haena Beach Park. Haena Beach Park is where the wet and dry caves are, and directly in front of us, below us, is Tunnels Beach. So Tunnels is named for the network of arches and caverns, caves and tunnels and the reef structure below the surface. Through the winter months, it is a popular surf spot, but you can see where it gets its name during the summertime when it's calm up here on the North Shore. When you get underwater, fantastic scuba diving, free diving. This brings us to the actual town of Haena, where property values are some of the highest in the country. Folks like Pierce Brosnan and Alanis Morissette have homes out here. Now continuing on, small beach we see up ahead of us with water on both sides of it. That's Waimea, and the valley just over this little ridge here is Waimea Valley. Now starting to get a little lost in the rain. Out ahead of us we can see Hanalei Bay. Just to the left of Hanalei Bay, up on the hill there, would be Princeville. And beyond Princeville, silhouetted out as far as we can see along the coast there, is Kilauea, and specifically the Kilauea Lighthouse. Now, the Kilauea Lighthouse is the northernmost point in the entire state of Hawaii. It is a historic point that the lighthouse itself was built in 1913. And it's also a wildlife refuge, a bird sanctuary for seabirds coming in off the ocean to nest and rear their young, typically through the summer months. So during the summer months, you can head out there, and it is just a buzz with activity, thousands of seabirds flying around.
And I could be forgotten and 1,000 miles away, and still I would recall the beauty of mountains.
As we fly along the Princeville coast here, should be able to see Queen's Bath. We've got the Princeville resorts, various golf courses. Down along the coast, should be able, like I said, to see Queen's Bath. Now, pretty popular swimming spot, although this time of year it can get fairly treacherous with the high surf crashing up in there. So just below us on our right hand side, the pools, one of those pools is Queen's Bath, kind of the most protected of of the lot down there.
Because the wind spins around her when she wakes, and the sun spreads its warmth across her head.
All right, so this brings us to Anini Beach. This whole stretch here is Anini, and where the little bay down there is, that's Lihue. And we're going to turn inland here, start heading upstream through the Honolulu River Valley.
Still I would recall the beauty
Below us is the Princeville Stables. They do equestrian tours, horseback riding tours of the whole area back here. And we're going to hook up with Power Line Road, which connects the north shore of the island with power from the east side. So. We're now moving into the Honolulu Valley, and pretty much everything from here moving inland is part of the Holilea Forest Reserve. Holilea Forest Reserve is state-owned land. It's all protected land. The river below us is the Honolulu River. It is fed by Waialeale, Namolokama, which is shrouded in clouds up ahead of us, as well as Makaleha, which is just off to our left. All three of these mountains get a tremendous amount of rain throughout the year, and especially during the winter time. And as a result of that, this river is prone to flooding. When this river floods, it will cut off access to the Honolulu and the rest of the North Shore from the rest of the island. So to get into Honolulu, you need to cross a small one-lane bridge coming out of Princeville, and that just beyond that bridge is some very low-lying areas that will flood out, and that's where that access will get cut off. So usually the waters will subside within 24 to 48 hours, and for the kids that live up here on the North Shore, it's kind of like a snow day for them. Normal part of life here on the island. So this valley sees countless waterfalls. We could spend pretty much all day just exploring this valley alone, but this area we call the Weeping Wall. As we move upstream through the Honolulu River Valley, we're getting closer and closer to Mount Waialeale. So Mount Waialeale is home to the wettest spot on Earth with an average annual rainfall of 451 inches. That's 39.5 feet of rain that this area gets every year. It's also home to the two tallest peaks on the island of Kauai. So at the top of the crater, there's Kauai on the southern end of the crater at 5,243 feet. That is the highest point on the island. And Waialeale on the northern peak, that is 5,148 feet. So just shy of 100 feet shorter than Kauai. Waialeale is also home to the crater left by the main caldera that formed the island of Kauai. It's going to be our next stop along the way here. Now crossing over that last ridgeline there, that puts us back onto the east side of the island. So out ahead of us we can see Haupu Ridge, where we started our tour today. And just around the bend on our right is going to be Waialeale Crater. Alright, so the wall we're looking at back there with 3 waterfalls running down the face of it, that is the back wall of the crater, and that wall stands about 3,000 feet tall. So the base of the crater is just about 2,000 feet above sea level. The upper rim, which is obscured by clouds this morning, stands just over 5,000 feet elevation and backs up to the Alakai Swamp. And 1,000 miles. Brings us into the heart of the Waialeale Crater. Still I would call the beauty of Mauna Kea. Now to any land you go, she will be with you if you love her like I do. All right, and with that, we are en route back to the airport. And I live in the city now, and I see different things in the nights when I am alone. She's in my dreams. The wind spins around her when she looking over to our right, between Haupu and ourselves, we've got this slight rise in the terrain. Doesn't look like a whole lot, but that's actually Kilauea Crater. And Kilauea Crater was active 1.6 million years ago.